going on? Back in the lab, back in the lab. Let's get to work now. The holiday season's over. But anyway, I wanted to play a clip real quick. I'll be real quick because as a black man in America, you go around and you deal with certain things. And if you're, I always talk about psychology and politics go together. The reason why is because, like I said, being a black man in America, you go around and you wonder why certain things just don't work, right? You're like, what's this? And if you're not informed in politics, keeping up to date with the news, knowing who and what and where you're at and what you're doing, you can start thinking it's you. You can start being like, this is my fault. What did I do wrong? Oh man, I should have, you know what I mean? Should have got a master's. I should have got a. Anyway, so this clip is about this judge. I don't know if you heard the story, but this is a judge. It's about a year ago. I remember hearing about it, but just never heard about it again. But I guess she just retired because she was caught for years saying the most horrendous, racist, bigoted stuff you could possibly say. And this is a judge. This person has had people's lives in their hand. And she's like, they're lazy. I hate Black Lives Matter, saying the N-word. It just had like a real disdain for black people. And the reason why I say that's important because to know these type of stories is because, well, let's play the clip and you'll see. Let's play the clip.
2024. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is here with what she has learned.
This has been a long process. You'll recall we revealed recordings of Judge Kathleen Ryan making some shocking statements. Judge Ryan has essentially been on paid leave for 15 months and once described herself in those recordings as untouchable. The Judicial Tenure Commission has been investigating this for more than a year, but they did not take action against her. Her lawyers confirming to me late today that she is retiring, and the vacancy for her position has already been posted by the governor's office for potential candidates to apply for an appointment to the bench.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist.
The 7 investigators were the first to reveal the recordings that Oakland County officials say prompted Judge Kathleen Ryan's removal from her docket in August of 2024.
Black. I'm so off at this Black Lives Matter, #Me Too. All this, oh my God, like, you.
On Wednesday, a judicial vacancy was posted on the State Bar website saying the former Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge was vacating her position on the bench.
The Honorable Kathleen A. Ryan presiding.
Good morning. You may be seated.
Ryan was a probate judge for 13 years until the Oakland County.
I just want to make it right. And I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of fact.
If you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
Judge Ryan has been paid for the last 15 months while she was out of the courthouse, and taxpayers have been footing the bill for visiting judges to handle her docket. Now her lawyers say she is retiring and leaving the bench. Judicial Tenure Commission investigations are not public.
Okay, terrible, right? Terrible. So you're going to tell me, right, how many countless black people, this is in Detroit, I believe, how many countless black people have come to her as a judge and knowing that this was in her mind the whole time? That's creepy. I'm not surprised, but how many decisions and lives has she affected simply off of these racial stereotypes and these bigoted thoughts? How many people she sent to jail? There should be an investigation on every single case she has ever done sitting on that bench. And they need to go through it and see what type of decisions she's made. Do they make sense? Are there disparities between how she sentences or comes to an understanding with black defendants versus whites versus Latino? Like, there should be a study done because that's not just a small position. That position is the law. You know what I mean? Just like what they do with the police officer, if they find out they're corrupt, a lot of people who are in prison, if they get the notice, which they don't really try to tell you, they can then appeal their case. Like if they find out a cop was stealing money, a cop was doing some nefarious things, they can have their case appealed because they say, hey, look, this is an officer who said that I did all this and this and that. And you guys are finding out he's a liar, he's a thief, he's just a bad guy. And so if you could possibly get a lawyer to look at that, they can say, see, there's some inconsistencies here in this story, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, so when you go to that job in that corporate America, or you go to that bank to get the loan, these are the type of people sitting there. So when you sit there and say, well, how did I get that loan? Because they think you're lazy, they think you're nothing, but they won't never tell you. They'll just smile. And they get home and be on and just go on a rant about, this black guy came in today at the office asking for a loan. When I know that all black people are lazy, he's probably going to steal the money. Like, sickening. That's why I tell people, I don't understand why people don't think like racism has disappeared. It's still here just like it was ever has been here. In fact, it got better, it got quieter. If you're not well educated, you won't be able to see it. And so that's why I'm telling a lot of brothers out here who, whether you're struggling economically, family-wise, mentally, understand like these social constructs and all these institutions are ran by, honestly, white supremacists. Like it is what it is. It's really that simple. And then someone would say, well, look at that guy. He's did it. Well, that's one guy. That's called individualism. That's called a token. He's a token. They will pick one black guy and say, hey, we're going to make you CEO so that we all can say, well, look at him and he did it. If he did it, why can't you? Well, sir, because there's a statistic done where they said if two different individuals, one black guy with a master's applies for a job and a white guy with a felony applies for the same exact job, the white guy with the felony gets 5 times more callbacks with the felony. And the brother got some masters. Because private America, also too, the federal government's the main hire of black folks. And the reason why, because private America doesn't really like hiring us. You know what I mean? You go to these law firms, you're going to see nothing but your peers are there. But at the end of the day, like I said, that's the reason why we need to build our own systems. We need to build our own institutions. We need to build our own, our own world. Because if you have to go to the court for a traffic ticket and you say you meet this lady and all of a sudden she's suspending your license, upping your fines, you're going to be like, what's going on? Attitude with you, huh? So that's the reason why I say, like, that's the only option is to build your own. Because you're going to keep running into these type of people and try to get something out of life with that type of mind. And that's a judge. That person, you have to be smart to go through all that law school reading, and she still came out like that. It's in the DNA. It's in the psyche. Then she said, you see blacks from other countries come here and they do well. The ones here do bad. Well, you got to understand the ones that come here, they're coming here for a reason. They're not just going to the Caribbeans or Africa just grabbing random people. No, they go there and you find the best and the brightest. I don't think she understands how immigration processes work in African countries. Plus, out of all immigration, Africans only make, or when I say Africans, I'm talking about Caribbeans too, and European, we're Pan-Africans. We're all African. Africans only make 3% of immigration. The rest is Ukrainians and white Latinos and, you know what I mean? Is there anything else I need to say about that? But yeah, especially to the brothers. To the brothers, it's a cold world out there, but we're not gonna stop. That's why I tell you, brothers, you gotta build your own. You gotta build your own, save your money. Stop buying all that Jordan bullshit. Stop buying all, quit taking on them trips. Vacations, what are you vacationing for? We're just out in Miami, spent 12 grand just to do Instagram pictures. Man, if you don't stop. Yeah, that lady's sick. She's sick. She really is a judge. And we meet him all the time. Like I said, it could be a police officer pull you over. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, I saw you moving around a little bit back there. Moving around. Oh, yeah, you get smart with me. Here goes a ticket. And now you got a $70 ticket you got to pay. You know what I mean? It can be at your doctor's office. Look at how Black women birth mortality is the highest. And Black women have been giving babies since the beginning of time. The oldest people on earth. But for some reason, when they came to America, they're having trouble. It was a coincidence. There's also a study where they say that doctors believe that Black people, there's a study that says doctors believe that Black people feel pain less than a white person. Meaning, say if you say, hey, doc, my leg hurts, they're going to be like, you can just take some Tylenol. But if another Caucasian comes in and says, hey, my legs hurt, we're going to get you some, prescribe you some stuff, we're going to get you some therapy, physical therapy. So this stuff is everywhere, but you will never see it. They will never say it to you. They're going to do it just like that. Just like that. They'll just wait till they go home. You believe it? And this is like, and some of these be school teachers. Can you imagine? You send your kid to school every day? And a lot of these white teachers, because 70% of teachers in America are white women, teaching a bunch of Black kids. And this is how they think of us. Your kid is going to school with people, their teachers, who think of them as dumb already. Then you wonder why these kids are so bad. But anyway, I got to get out of here. Chase knowledge, don't chase money. Peace, love, and positivity. Crazy, right?